Hey, what's up guys? It's Roy here. So yes, I have a wireless charging station here in front of you, but this isn't just any regular wireless charging station. This is the world's first 6-in-1 Apple certified wireless charging station. It's from the company ESR. They were kind enough to send this out for review. So let's jump right into it. So what's really cool about this particular wireless charging station is that it's 100 watts of GaN technology charging power. So if I flip it over to the back here, you're going to see that it isn't just like a regular charging port or something. It's an actual dedicated charging cable. So that's built inside. So that way we're not relying on the power of a charging brick. Now the build quality of this is very simple. As you can see, I mean, it's matte white. It's got some aluminum, silver, grayish color on the stands here, but pretty much everything is matte white. It almost looks like if Apple made it because it just looks so clean, rounded corners, just very nice lines. All in all, 2 thumbs up for the build quality. And it's got a nice weighted base to it as well, so it's not going to tip over if you try to take your phone off. So I do appreciate that. But the main shining just overall thing that's great about this particular charging station is that it is Apple certified, which means it's going to deliver Apple certified power to your iPhone, Apple Watch, AirPods, you name it. You can heck even charge a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro or something via the USB-C charging cables here on the side. But being able to actually charge 6 devices at once is pretty dang impressive. But let's go ahead and get this plugged in real quick. All right, so here is the provided charging cable. So let's go ahead and get that plugged in, and voila, there we go. As you can see, that blue illumination of light means it's turned on, but it also means something else that we'll talk about here in just a second. So let's go ahead and start getting some things plugged up to this. So first, let's start with my iPhone 14 Pro. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on right there. And the first thing you're going to notice is that it is MagSafe charging, but if I do turn it, you're also going to see an illumination of blue light that I was just talking about. So this MagSafe charger is Cryoboost technology, which basically means that, see these vents back here? There's a fan inside here that's actually spinning to cool down this. So as your phone charges, typically it gets hotter. And when it gets hotter, it means that it starts to kind of degrade the power and the overall just efficiency. But with Cryoboost, what it's doing is it's actually cooling down the phone as well. So that way it's not going to get to a max temp like that, and actually make this charging much more efficient. And that's what's really the shining star as well about the whole charging technology with this, because in my testing over the last 2 weeks, I was actually able to charge my iPhone 14 Pro about 35, almost 40 minutes faster than using a traditional MagSafe charger. So that right there alone, that's a huge win. And the Cryoboost technology, they actually have a lot of different charging, MagSafe charging chargers that you can actually buy, which I'll link some down below that I really like, but it's all the same tech. Now, the only downside with this actual charging stand, in my opinion, is actually just the fixed angle that this is at. So currently it is at this angle. You can't move it or kind of tilt it backwards or anything like that. It's stuck in this fixed position, which I'm okay with, but it would have been a nice touch to be able to angle it a little bit different. But another thing that I really like about this actual charging station is that if I actually do the iOS 17 dock here, it's going to allow me to do that as well, obviously, since it's going to be more in the landscape mode versus portrait mode, but it's not going to interfere with actually being able to charge an Apple Watch. So I'm going to slap my Apple Watch Ultra on here. Okay, so now we got the 2 on here, but let's not stop there. Let's go ahead and grab my Apple AirPods Pro 2s here, and we're going to slap those on. And you heard that ding, so that means that it is charging as well. So now we got all 3 things here, and they're all getting the max even distribution of power that they are able to do via the charging. So 5 watts for like the Apple Watch, 15 watts for the MagSafe. You get the idea, but that's not where it stops. Now what we can do, and I'm going to kind of just pull this a little bit over here so we actually have some space. Now let's use the charging ports and actually start plugging up some other devices. So I got 3 charging cables here, 2 USB-Cs and 1 USB-A. And let's go ahead and get those plugged in real quick. So we're gonna USB-C there, USB-C there, and then let's go ahead and do the USB-A. All right, so got all those there. So let's kind of try to do some clean cable management here as well with this. So let's kind of just push that up so it's not just all over the place. And let's go ahead and start plugging in some other devices. So unfortunately, I don't have my MacBook Pro anymore. I just recently sold it and ended up going with a Mac Mini. But with that being said, it could easily charge a MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. But let's start with my Google Pixel 6 here. So if I plug it in USB-C, as you can see here, it is charging rapidly. So I'm getting fast charging out of my Google Pixel 6 right now. So we'll put that right there. Next, I got my Samsung Galaxy S23 here. So let's grab the USB-C charging cable. Let's plug that in. And as you can see there, it is super fast charging. So we are getting fast charging with this as well. So number 2, now we are rapidly charging 2 phones and MagSafe charging everything as well over here. But let's not end there. Let's finish this with the USB-A cable. And let's go ahead and just charge some Nothing Ear 2s here. So got the Nothing Ear 2 headphones. They can charge via USB-C or wirelessly, but let's go ahead and plug in the actual charging cable. And there we go. Now we have power to this. So now we are charging 6 devices right here. So we got the Apple products over here. We have some Android, other products over here. And now we are charging 6 devices, which is insane. And of course, there's some other things that you could do to kind of make this a cleaner look. Ultimately, just for video purposes, I didn't want to go too crazy with cable management, but I at least didn't want them running all over the place. But you get the point. Another touch might be that if you got like white cables just to kind of match and make everything nice and neat depending on your setup. Most of my stuff is white and black in my office, so I actually don't mind black charging cables. But like I said, being able to charge all these at the same time, but actually providing as fast as they are actually able to charge power is really, 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 really impressive. So with that, guys, that's about it. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really nothing to really get lost in the weeds on. One thing I did want to point out is that I can actually charge my Nothing Ear 2s here as well. So I put them on right there and the light is illuminated. So if you have any type of headphones in general, like some that have like a actual charging case that's small enough, it can easily fit right there and you're good to go. One thing I didn't point out is that there is a button here on the actual charging station. And what that's going to do is actually turn on or off the actual Cryoboost. So if you see that I turned it on or off, it lights up and lets you know that it's either cryo boosting or not cryo boosting. Now, I personally would leave this on. I don't understand why anyone would turn it off just because it's charging your iPhone more efficiently. But some people might think that the light's distracting, which honestly, you can barely see it when the phone is on. And when you do take the phone off, it does actually turn off the light. So it's not actually just illuminating the whole time. So just something to point out, but at the end of the day, I don't know why you would turn it off, but it's an option if you're interested. So there you have it, guys. There is the ESR 6-in-1 Apple certified charging station. I gotta say, I am very impressed with this over the last couple of weeks of using it. It is in Kickstarter status right now, but it should be available pretty soon for the masses. It's around 150 bucks. But if you start to add up all the different chargers that you need to plug in all these types of different things, so not only charging cables, but charging bricks, etc., it starts to get pretty expensive, and this ends up being a pretty dang good little bargain. So with that being said, guys, I really hope that this helps. If you are interested, I will put some links down in the description once again, but there we have it. I hope you enjoyed it. So hit that like button if you like this video. If you loved it, I hope you do subscribe. Ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. So be safe, God bless, see you on the next one.